Welcome to the Monday edition of Off the Wire. I am your host, Noel Olin, aka the Cajun Libertarian. I'm glad to have you with me today. I am so sorry. A little bit of house cleaning, real quick. I apologize sincerely for not being consistent as of late. A lot of varying factors, but I will try to do better. So, my moving is to avoid the burnout that is so prevalent at times. I'm going to switch to trying to make sure that every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I give you a show. I give you an episode updating you on the news, politics, and entertainment, and all of the above, just what's happening on planet Earth in this country of the United States of America. So before we get started, please like the show, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channels, YouTube at the Cajun Libertarian, follow me on Instagram, same thing. Twitter is at the Cajun Libert1, and Facebook, the Cajun Libertarian. And then also, if you watch on or listen on Google, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, basically anywhere you get your podcast, and a comment. Also, if you want to call into the show, you can go to the link in my Twitter bio and leave me a voice message, and I will play it on air. Now, let's get to it. I got a couple of things I want to tackle real quick. This is going to be a very short show. I'm going to try to keep all of them between 10 and 20 minutes because it's the middle of the day and everybody's got things they got going on. It's very difficult pumping out content all the time like this, which is another reason why I haven't been as consistent as I should be, but I will work on it. So please like the show, share it with your friends, and subscribe to all of the channels. Look for a Rumble channel here coming soon. First off, let's tackle a couple of things here. The Georgia hearing for Trump apparently is going to be televised on their YouTube channel. Now, hear me out. No need for taxes. Let's get every single government entity, every DMV, every single one of these court proceedings, a YouTube channel, get it monetized immediately. They don't have to have the subscribers or the watch hours. If you're a government entity, you get your YouTube channel monetized immediately. Can you imagine how much money they're going to make off this this show? I mean, let's be real. That's what this is. It's a show. It's political theater, right? They're probably going to make a ton of money on their YouTube channel just from views and ad revenue. Just do it for everyone and allow the people, as long as they don't get violent, to like straight cuss out the government employees. Can you imagine how many viral clips that we would have? You could fund the entire government forever. Not that that's a great thing, but we wouldn't have to pay taxes anymore. So yeah, let's do it. Monetize every YouTube channel of every government entity and let it roll. Let it roll. Let the money come in. And then you won't have to worry about losing an $80 million world-class fighter jet. That's incredible. The same people that are saying you're too irresponsible to have an AR-15 lose a fighter jet. Not to mention the 80 billion with a B dollars of military, high-end military grade equipment that this doddering old corpse currently occupying the Oval Office left in Afghanistan. It's incredible. Let's get to Joe Biden. This is going to be a little bit of a longer clip, but it's important for you to hear a lot of what's in it. And you've probably seen some of this, or if not most of it, but let's check it out.
Let's see. I'm just following my orders here. Staff, was there anybody haven't spoken to? No, I ain't calling on you. I'm calling on, I said I have 5 questions. I don't, anyway, I just think that there are other things on leaders' minds and they respond to what's needed at the time. And look, nobody likes having celebrated international meetings if you don't know what you want at the meeting, if you don't have a game plan. He may have a game plan. He just hasn't shared it with me. But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed. Third world. The Southern Hemisphere had access to change it, had access. It wasn't confrontational at all. He came with
Thank you, everybody. This ends the press conference. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
let's table the fact that they literally played walk-off music in the middle of his sentence. They cut him off. Let's table that for a minute and let's go all the way back to I'm just following orders. Did you hear the last guy ever say that? Have you ever heard any president ever say this? Who are you following orders from, Joe? Who is it? Who is it, Joseph? Who are you following orders from? This is incredible. This is the guy losing $80 billion worth of military-grade equipment and now a fighter jet right here in CONUS. That makes no sense whatsoever. That entire story makes no sense. We'll be following that one. I'll update I'll update accordingly because holy smokes. Go look at some of the details of that story. It makes absolutely zero sense. All right. Who are you following orders from, Joe? And why can't this guy, every time he speaks in front of a microphone, I'm scared we're going to watch him die in real time. Listen to him. And he's also going to go to bed. There was that too. What is happening? And Democrats, this who you're rocking with? Really? Just because Trump? Really? Come on, you can't be this stupid. Yeah, I guess you can. This is remarkable. And then, of course, the very most obvious part of this video. They clearly cut him off in the middle of the president, in the middle of him speaking, because they were scared of what he was about to say. Obviously. I mean, this is remarkable. This is who we have running the country, or whoever it is that Joseph is taking orders from. And we also have all of this disastrous stuff going on that's quite literally frightening. Look what they're doing to Elon Musk. Like him, love him, hate him, doesn't matter. This is crazy. They're going after him for everything, just like they're doing Trump. And now guess who they're going after? Russell Brand. Why? Because Russell's making massive waves. He has a huge reach. He's very charming. He's very intellectual, very smart, very sharp, incredible. And he's going after the machine. This is what's happening. This is what's going on in this country now. It makes you scared to want to do stuff like this. Because my goodness, you're just, now I'm not necessarily scared because I don't have a platform like Russell Brand, obviously. And I haven't done anything wrong, obviously. But I don't think Russell has either. But they're just making up allegations from years ago. Just like the Trump case with that psychopath in the New York department store. Like years later. You're talking about the most famous man on planet Earth. And nobody saw that happen. And they made Trump liable. No, didn't rape the girl, but he's liable. And this is crazy. It's crazy what they're doing. On top of that, we now have Russian state TV literally saying that they might use nukes against us. Now, I don't necessarily buy that. I think there's actually a lot more efficient and more dangerous ways of going about attacking the U.S. They're very good. They got really good Russian hackers. Same with the Chinese. They could hack our infrastructure and shut down the entire electrical grid. I mean, our electrical grid is wildly fragile. Remember, just 6 months ago or so, we had multiple attacks on substations, killed power for weeks for some areas, just by shooting up a substation. And lo and behold, we never did find out who did that, did we? That story just dropped. Gone into the ether. It's an enigma wrapped in a conspiracy. And anytime I hear these massive stories like this, a literal attack on the electrical grid, I think it killed power for 1 to 2 weeks for like 400,000 people. And then the story just vanishes. Okay. So who did it then? Who's the pipe bomber on Jan 6? Where's Ray Epps? Where's the scaffolding general from 1-6? No, these stories just disappear. It sounds like an inside job. But I digress. That brings me to my last and more important part of this show. And we'll wrap it up. Because what I'm about to read for you is coming from the same people that 5 years ago was mocking preppers. Now the Washington Post is encouraging people to learn how to prep. Can't make this up. You cannot make this up. And I'm of the opinion that if the Washington Post is talking about prepping, you might want to listen up. Not necessarily to them, but to the fact that we might be in real danger. And I think we're escalating on every level, domestically and overseas, clearly. Now we have people in Poland, military personnel and tanks ready to roll into Russia and start hot World War III. Under this guy who can't complete one coherent sentence and gets absolutely blistered by a set of stairs in the teleprompter on a daily. You're really trusting this guy to run this, or whoever it is giving him the orders that he openly admits to following. I'm just following orders. This is incredible. From the Washington Post. Opinion in case of apocalypse. Find the nearest 4-H club and start learning. This is from an award-winning photo editor at WAPO. Raising and training animals, growing food, fishing, archery, sewing clothes, making preserves. These are some of the skills that humanity is going to need if one of the many fictional post-apocalyptic narratives ends up coming true. These clubs go beyond raising animals and tending gardens and strive to foster equality, inclusion, and leadership. I don't. Oh my God. So prepping for the apocalypse now. You got to make sure you're inclusive. Yeah. Got to make sure we're very equitable in our post-apocalyptic prepper time. This is it's nauseating. It's nauseating. After all, we learned that the 4-H stand for a head for clearer thinking, a heart for greater loyalty, hands for larger service, and health for the greater living for club, community, country, and world. I don't relish imagining the end of modern civilization, but should it come, former 4-Hers are the kind of community I want around me. Again, I repeat, if progressive left-leaning sites like the Washington Post are talking about prepping, you should pay attention and you should get informed. I know most of the people that watch this show are informed. You wouldn't watch this show or listen to it if you weren't. But maybe your friends need a bit of incentivizing to get up and start getting their head out of the sand. I was going to say country, the literal world is on fire with wildfires from who knows what, right? I'm not going to speculate. I don't know. I love me a good conspiracy theory. Maybe it's direct energy weapons. Maybe it's natural. But we all know one thing for sure. Like with the Maui fires, like with the COVID tyranny, what's going to happen is a transfer of wealth from the poor and middle class to the 1%. They're already trying it. A bunch of land grab going on in Maui right now. So whatever the case, be it nukes, wildfires, any other natural disasters, or outright war, or anything of the nature, really get prepared. At least get like a month's worth of food, dry food that you can store. Get ammunition. Get things with intrinsic value that if the monetary system crashes, if the dollar goes completely gone, which is a high possibility, you have something to trade. Because this is becoming very real. And we should not take any of it lightly whatsoever. Because I cannot stress to you enough. Look who's running the show. Don't forget. Thank you @_Infinite Zeal for sponsoring the show. Please go follow him on Twitter. Check out the link in his bio. Outstanding dude. Had him on the show. I think it was the last show I recorded a couple of weeks ago. Again, I will try to be more consistent. I apologize. I ran into severe burnout and just a bunch of other garbage as well. @_Infinite Zeal. That's @_Infinite Zeal. Please follow him everywhere. Also follow The Lunatic Libertarian, Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, and Facebook. @The Lunatic Libertarian. Thank you guys for sponsoring the show. All right, back to this, and then we're going to wrap it up. Cannot stress to you. Get water, get food, get ammo, get clothes, get anything that you would need, and this is the most important part, if the power goes out, all right? We're not talking about a nuclear apocalypse where you need a bunker, okay? We're talking about the basic necessities, because the greatest threat is the power going out for an extended amount of time. More people, lots and lots more people, die from the cold than the heat. So if the power goes out for an extended amount of time, you need to be prepared. And hopefully, this is all or nothing burger, and you just got some extra food and supplies, which is never a bad thing. So, and on top of that, we've got a completely corrupt DOJ. It's completely out of control. How people can still vote Democrat is beyond me. Don't get me wrong. I am a libertarian and I have staunch issues with the Republican Party. They're hot garbage. But we can all see what's happening here. We can all see it. And the Republicans aren't going to do anything about it. Ain't nobody coming to save us. Get prepared, please. I beg you. I love you. I will see you Wednesday. Same Cajun Tom, same Cajun channel, Galatians 2:20, and I am out.